Well, hello and welcome to the Ollie Builds Cars YouTube channel. So if you've been tuning into the channel and watching what I do, I'm very lazy at restoring a Datsun 260Z, and I've got some MR2s that I'm restoring as well. But today's video is nothing about those cars at the moment. If you've watched the channel, you know that I am a car dealer by trade. So my wife and I have a little car dealership, and as such I had learned a few tricks along the way. So I was with Toyota for 27 years. Toyota's a bit of my passion. So I have, like I said, I've learned some stuff along the way, and one of the things I've learned, and a lot of people ask me about, mates of mine are doing it all the time, is upgrading stereos in their cars. So I just wanted to show you this stereo, because if you Google online and look for it, you can find it, but it's, well, basically, look, there it is. So this is a sat-nav out of maybe a 2022-23 Land Cruiser, I think 70 series. I think might have had it in some 200 series at the end there. They're a pretty common upgrade. So people take these things out and they put in Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, head units, stuff like that. So you can find these online really cheap, like, 100, 200 bucks. And there's a lot in these that is pretty appealing for people, but you can't just buy it and plug it in and expect it to work. It just doesn't, they just don't work like that. So the part number is PZQ6000345. So if you're trying to buy one, like I said, you find them on Marketplace, Gumtree, things like that, eBay even, $100 to $200. People think they can plug them in and they work, but they just won't work. It'll turn on and all that sort of stuff, but you just won't get things to work. So I've spent a heap of time and I've worked out all the part numbers that you're gonna need, and I'm gonna put them all in the description of this video to actually get this unit to work in your car and what you're gonna need to buy to get it to work. I've had it working, well, the other day I got it working in a 2004 import Caldina. So back to 04, you're gonna work in 04, 05 Corollas and stuff like that. So most of the cars for the last, say, 20 years are gonna be able to accept this head unit with the right harnesses and adapters. And I've got all the harnesses and adapters over there that you're gonna need. And I'm gonna show you the harnesses and how they plug in and how they work, how you can get this working in your car. So the first thing you're gonna need is this harness right here, which is a 28 pin, a 28 pin male and to a 28 pin female, but it has that plug that comes off the back of it. Now that is going to trigger the internal mic in this unit, okay? So there's a mic hole just right in the corner there, and if you don't have this harness, the mic just won't work. You won't be able to connect your phone to it via Bluetooth, none of that sort of stuff, it won't work. So you need this harness to start with. So that just goes straight into the 28 pin there. The 28 pin plug from your car plugs into that one, and this one here plugs into the bottom. And that's it. So now, theoretically, you could put that in your car. If you have a 28 pin plug in your car, it'll work straight away. No problem at all. Now, second problem you're gonna come up against is that. So that is the antenna plug. So the old days used to have the pointy antenna, like a little stick, like the back of a pen. The later cars all have this style. From about 2012, 2013, all had that style antenna plug. So this harness here from Toyota is the one you need. It has a square antenna plug. It has the original antenna plug, this little round one that from the older cars, and it has a trigger wire, which is that wire there. So some cars need that trigger to turn on the sound. So some cars it'll work, some cars it won't work, but if you get this harness, it'll turn on the sound. So that one plugs in there, and the other side of that plugs in right there. So now that's your 28 pin, that's your power and your speaker plug. That's going to work in most cars. The 28 pin plug contains a lot of stuff in there. So this has an input for camera. So if you want to add your original camera, you can plug it back into this one, or you can get an aftermarket camera adapter with AirPro. They sell the little harness if you need one. That's for the late cars. Early cars don't have a 28 pin plug in the car. They have a 20 pin plug in the car, which is this harness here. Okay, so this harness from Toyota converts 28 pin to your car's 20 pin. So the earlier Corollas have that, Ruckus have that, some early Hiluxes have that, so up to the MY10 Hiluxes. MY12 have a 28, but MY10's had a 20 pin plug. So that one plugs in there. Now you've got the adapter back to 20. So your steering wheel controls will work, your mic will work, everything else will work. The last thing you're gonna need to get it to work properly is an aftermarket antenna. Now you can get it from Toyota, but they're very expensive. I got this off eBay for about 35 bucks. That'll trigger the sat nav, so then your sat nav will work. That plugs in on that one right there. So that is everything you're gonna need to get this unit working in your car. So the big first adapter I showed you, the big first one, is part number for that one is PZQ6000350. The antenna adapter part number is PZQ6000161. And that final little adapter for the 28 to 20 pin, so your steering wheel controls works, is PZQ6000121. And then I'll put a link on for the antenna on eBay. But that is everything you're going to need to get that unit to work in any car, any Toyota, from about 04 to current. So all that wiring is pretty much what you're going to need. Most of it's available from Toyota. They've got it on the shelf. I mean, I ordered that from the local Toyota dealer up here. It's about 35 bucks for the first harness, about 25 bucks, and about 20 bucks for the last harness. So, and that's it, 35 bucks for this. But just getting the unit, it's not going to do anything. Now, I haven't done this, but this has a digital audio in it as well. I don't ever listen to the radio. I only listen to Spotify. But if you did want to listen to digital audio, you can actually get the digital audio antennas that will make this work off eBay. I think they're called FAKRA, F-A-K-R-A, which plugs in back up here. And that'll get the digital audio working and everything correct. But yeah, I'm going to save someone a lot of time and a lot of heartache trying to get one of these to work, and hopefully see this video and like it. I know it's different to my normal videos, but yeah, I just wanted to share that info because yeah, I'll forget that one day, and then I can we'll come back and watch this video again and work out exactly what part numbers I need to order to get that to work. So thanks for watching the video, guys. We'll see you next time. Next time I'll have an update on MR2s for sure. I'll start taking that apart this week. See you soon. Bye.